You're watching Nike EYBL Scholastic at the Porte Invitational on League Ready. Today's matchup, the Montverde Eagles take on the CIA Bella Vista Bears in a battle of top 12 ranked teams in the country. So happy to have you with us. Alongside Kevin Sweeney, I'm Paul Harvey. This matchup is tremendous. I'm super excited to see CIA Bella Vista with a 6-0 conference record. They're the surprise team of the Nike EYBL Scholastic against Montverde Academy, the dominant program in the league. Undefeated season, national championship last year, and they've been almost as good this year with just one loss in the league.
Yeah, it's the ultimate measuring stick for Bella Vista, right? Like, if you want to prove that you are a serious contender to win this whole thing, it starts by having a performance like this against Montverde. Go out and prove that you are among the best against the perennial power in this league.
There is going to be a ton of talent on the floor today. Just a couple of names. Trent Sisley, he's a local kid from Indiana. Jayon Pitt from Toronto. Both can score, both can rebound.
Yeah, the battle inside is huge in this game, and Trent Sisley was just incredible yesterday. I thought his motor, his ability to get around basketballs and impact the game around on the backboards was massive. And so it's a team effort if Bella Vista is going to keep him off the glass.
Take a look at the starting lineups for Montverde. Dahani Miller, Dante Allen, and Hudson Greer in the backcourt. CJ Ingram and Trent Sisley in the front court, coached by the legendary Kevin Boyle. And on the other side, CIA Bella Vista, another guy to watch, Miles Sadler, super dynamic point guard, Noah George, Alou Dioum, Lucas Tucum, and Jayon Pitt.
Miles Sadler is an elite shot maker. So shifty, so creative, so fun to watch. A top 40 recruit, according to ESPN in the 2026 class. But I think that ranking is going to continue to rise as his career goes on. He has turned some heads here early in the EYBL Classic season.
Can Montverde knock off CIA Bella Vista and their undefeated conference season? We will find out right now. Montverde with the basketball first. That's CJ Ingram. Dahani Miller kicks to the corner. Sisley off the mark. And the rebound to CIA. This is Pitt, and he gets the first bucket of the game.
Well, two players to watch, taking the first two shots of the game. And how about Jayon Pitt? Just coast to coast. He's not a flashy guy. Like his highlights are gritty buckets.
CJ Ingram.
Speaking of gritty buckets, I mean, he can get downhill with the best of them. CJ Ingram, as good an athlete as you will see all weekend here in the Port.
He averages 12 points and 7 rebounds in conference play. Leads the Eagles in team rebounding as they tie it up. Here's Sadler, shot blocked and then knocked out of bounds. That looked like it was off Dioum, and back to Montverde. Mentioned at the top of the show, Montverde Academy, they are 4-1 in the EYBL Scholastic. Only loss was to Brewster in the Nike Las Vegas event, as a three from the corner is off the mark from Hudson Greer. CIA Bella Vista 6-0, wins over Orangeville, Sunrise, Legacy, Link, Arizona Compass Prep, and then they beat La Lumiere last night. They're just rolling. And this is a team that, frankly, not a lot of people saw coming in the preseason.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Brandon Rosenthal has just done an incredible job. And I think it's a great example of you build a little bit of confidence early on, and then finding ways to win in close games. Right? All these games have been really competitive. I mean, the last night against La Lumiere was such a battle, but this team has winning traits, winning DNA, and they've found ways late in games to close. We'll see what it looks like today against, again, one of the standard bearers in high school basketball, but so far they look up to the challenge.
Lucas Tucum's going to go to the line, the 6'8 junior from Cameroon. CIA is based in Phoenix, but it is an international roster. Several players from Toronto, Canada. You've got Dioum from Senegal, Tucum from Cameroon. And there's the coach, as you mentioned, Brandon Rosenthal. has done a phenomenal job of getting this team to play together. And CIA off to the 4-2 lead. Here's Dante Allen, Villanova commit. Corner is Sisley. Ingram up top. Hudson Greer will be playing at Creighton next year. Allen loses it. CIA pushing. Shot blocked out of bounds. Great block by Greer. But it'll stay with CIA.
Hudson Greer has a knack for blocking shots. He had a really explosive block yesterday that was called a foul. I thought it was clean. But he is much more than just a perimeter scorer. He can do a little bit of everything. And I think the defensive end, he's one of the most underrated defensive players on this entire circuit.
Montverde beat Legacy 80-61 last night. Both teams playing their second game this weekend as that one's put up and in. Jayon Pitt again. He was fantastic in this event last year. This year has been a little bit quieter, but he can go off at any time. As Greer puts up a three, off the mark. Ingram in for the rebound, but it goes to CIA. And an offensive foul. It's going to go on Tucum, I believe.
Yeah, just a little out of control there. Caught it on the perimeter after that. The ball kind of bounced around. I don't think he had a great direction what he wanted to do with it. And, you never want to leave your feet until you know where you're going with the ball. And I thought Tucum maybe just a little overzealous there.
Allen on the drive, tries to feed it. Gets it through traffic, but the missed shot by Sisley rebounded by CIA. Here's Miles Sadler. This is a point guard to watch. He can do it all on the floor. This time loses it. Looks like a jump ball and a tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it here with CIA.
I just want to point out, Alou Dioum has been incredibly impactful with his length around the rim. I mean, he has size that you cannot teach, but been really impressed in the first few minutes of this game, what he's been able to do defensively. I think it's been a bother for a Montverde team that isn't as big as maybe your traditional Montverde team that don't play necessarily a traditional center. Dioum really towers over and has made some plays here defensively around the rim.
Great block by Sisley on Noah George, but Montverde turns it over as both teams still kind of feeling it out to start this one. CIA Bella Vista is the #2 rated defense in the conference. Montverde #1 overall in the conference, so not too unpredictable. But both teams can score as well.
I think especially, though, in Bella Vista's case, like there's an importance in keeping the score down. I think they're comfortable, in the 50s and 60s, grinding it out, playing really good defense, and trusting Sadler late in games, late in shot clocks to go make tough shots. But their length and athleticism can cause real problems defensively.
3 on the shot clock as Neto had to put it up and missed. Montverde rebounds. Here's Miller. Spinning on the outside, gets into the paint. Pass to the baseline, now back on top. Sisley wants it in the post. They'll feed it. And we have a whistle, non-shooting foul. And we'll take our first break. CIA 6, Montverde 2. Be back after this on League Ready.
Sure, I was the first pick, the rookie to watch, and the back-to-back All-Star. But to get even better, I had to get real with myself. I got real about how I showed up. I got real about how I trained. I got real about what I ate. The results, Something about this season, man, it just feels different.
We are back here at LaPorte, and let's take a look at today's Chipotle player spotlight. It is Jayon Pitt, who's been everywhere so far in the first 5 minutes. He's got 4 points early on. Jayon, the 4-star, number 83 overall, 13th ranked power forward in the country for the senior class. Still undecided. He's got a bevy of offers. And when it comes to Chipotle, he likes that chicken burrito with the brown rice, black beans, queso, lettuce, and cheese. He fills it up. That's a great order.
It's a veteran order from a veteran player, Jayon Pitt. I mean, for a team that has a lot of younger guys, right? We talk about Tucum and Dioum, Sadler, all 2026. Paul Osaruyi in 2027. He's one of those older guys, veterans, that's been essential to their strong start to the year.
Great scorer, great rebounder. Has a lot of toughness inside. He'll take a breather here for the first time in this one. As Montverde looking to get a little more offense, just 2 points so far here in the first quarter. Move it around the perimeter. Inside, Greer is blocked. Huge rejection by Dioum.
He is impactful around the rim. I mean, he has elite instincts. And if you're Hudson Greer, you got to go up stronger than that when you're dealing with a guy with his size and his length.
And CIA's defense has been outstanding here in the first quarter. Dioum looks to make a move on the offensive end. Gets position, but puts it up too strong. Montverde on the attack. C.J. Ingram from the elbow, off the side of the rim. Sisley rebounds, gets it inside and missed the shot. That's King Gibson into the game for the first time. 4-star sophomore. Noah George airmails that pass out of bounds.
Could have stuck a Lou Dioum in the corner. I don't think even he's catching it. That was up and away for Noah George.
Maybe a little bit of nerves. This is a big game. I mean, we talked about it in terms of conference play. A lot on the line. CIA, the new kid on the block. Montverde, championship DNA. Kevin Boyle, legendary coach. Last year's team, you think about Cooper Flagg, Liam McNeely, Derek Queen, Asa Newell, Robert Wright as your starting 5. All impact college and likely NBA players. And they had to reload this year. Mostly a new roster as there's a miss inside by Hakeem Weems on his first shot of the day. But give Montverde and give this coaching staff credit. They've figured out a way to maintain that level of excellence. As there's a slam for C.J. Ingram.
Dynamic. Like, you let C.J. Ingram go in transition, watch out. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Another turnover. Fast break, Montverde. And the pass just out of the reach of Ingram as he's got to jump over the signage there. See a nice pass here from King Gibson and the throwdown. C.J. Ingram's a fun player to watch. 6'6" senior out of Hawthorne, Florida. Averages 12 points a game. Does it all for this Montverde team. And now a lot of ball pressure being applied here by the Eagles. Drives inside. That's Rakeem Green on the miss. Ball bouncing around a bit. Here comes CIA, and we've got an offensive foul. Bit of a clear out there to get that layup, and it'll go the other way.
Yeah, I think Bella Vista would call it a seal. Montverde would call it a clear out. You just have to be careful with your feet if you're gonna do that. And it's a veteran look by Pitt. Just couldn't quite pull it off, but an A for effort.
2-point ball game. Minute and a half left first quarter. Ingram, nice touch pass. Hakeem Weems puts it in for 2.
That's his game. I mean, he can really, really space it, and he's athletic around the basket. Unsigned senior, very rare to have an unsigned senior playing at Montverde, but He has gotten a lot of attention for good reason from college coaches with the season he's had.
CIA has struggled here. Just 2 of 11 from the field in the first quarter. Nice crossover inside, shot up and missed by Neto. Montverde comes away with it. Ingram to Dante Allen. Villanova commit for 3, missed it. Rebound Miles Sadler. Sadler loses it, tips it out to a teammate, puts up the shot for 3, and that one is good. Austin Good, 6'7" senior, gives CIA the 3-point lead. Jumper off the mark from King Gibson. Rebound Montverde. Ball bounces off the rim and then finally put back up and in.
Just keep throwing it at the backboard if you're Montverde. Relentless effort on the offensive glass. Eventually, Caden Allen, the beneficiary.
That's Caden Allen's first bucket. Comes off the bench. Nice to have a 5-star coming off the bench for the Eagles. As time expires in the first quarter, CIA leads it 9-8. As Caden Allen cleans up on the glass. And we'll be back after this on League Ready. Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike. This is winning basketball. And by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle for real. Welcome back inside the LaPorte Civic Auditorium. It is filling up fast in time for this premier matchup in the Nike EYBL Scholastic between Montverde and CIA Bella Vista. Defensive charged first quarter, Kevin, but expect to see a few more fireworks here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think what we expected, right? So much athleticism on the floor, and I think both teams so well schooled and well principled defensively.
3-point miss by Weems, and CIA's got it on the break. Here's Neto for 3, missed it. And we've got an official's timeout to check on the injury underneath the basket.
CJ Ingram just landed funny. Flew in kind of with reckless abandon here, trying to grab an offensive putback, and just looked like he couldn't shield himself at all. So I'm grabbing at that wrist. Hope he's all right.
Gonna stay in the ball game. Or pardon me, he's taken out. Hopefully he'll be okay. It's Montverde down by a point. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Baseline jump shot is no good, but we got a foul as Weems is going to go to the line. Hakeem Weems, 6'10" senior from Marietta, Georgia. Game 2 of 3 here on League Ready from the LaPorte Invitational. Fantastic event. Thank you, huge thank you to everyone involved, the La Lumiere, the City of LaPorte, the LaPorte County Visitors Bureau for hosting. 3 games Thursday, 4 games yesterday, 3 today. As Kevin Boyle always has that intense look and demeanor on the sidelines. He gets the most out of his players. High expectations, but a ton of postseason success. He's 14 years at Montverde Academy, 7 national championships.
It's pretty good.
I don't think, even on a collegiate or professional level, that kind of success is unprecedented.
Yeah, and you joked about his demeanor, but I mean, yesterday they're blowing out Legacy early, and it's the same thing. He's always in coaching mode. There's always something to fix. There's always something to get better. That high standard he maintains is a reason they've made championships a consistent thing at Montverde year in, year out.
See a jump shot missed by Sadler, but then sloppy with possession is Montverde. Sadler throws it up to Diem, but just a little bit out of his reach and out of bounds to Montverde. You talk about Kevin Boyle, another guy you have to talk about. Former assistant coach Ray Miller, now with the Orlando Magic. His son, Denai Miller, 4-star junior guard for Montverde. Ray, terrific coach, terrific all-around guy. He can even drive a bus for you if you need it. Shout out to Ray Miller, doing a great job now with Orlando, but coached with Kevin Boyle at St. Patrick in New Jersey for 23 years. Kevin was there, and coached the likes of Kyrie Irving, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Al Harrington. Did it in the New Jersey private school level, came down to Montverde, and has achieved even more success.
One of the best basketball coaches in the country, any level. And I think, long since time he's gotten that praise. And when you think about, obviously people think about guys in the NBA who've done an incredible job, obviously legendary college coaches. Kevin Boyle is a legendary coach at any level.
Blocked inside. Great play there by C.J. Ingram, or by Weems, excuse me. But the ball's going to stay with CIA. And we mentioned at the top, Montverde #1 defense in the league, CIA #2 defense. That has played out so far, with both teams still searching for double digits on the scoreboard. Here's Pitt. This is a guy that scored a lot early and often, and he gets another bucket to give CIA the lead at 11-9. Three-point bucket is in for Hudson Greer. He's got a great stroke heading to Creighton next year.
We were talking in the last game about perfect fits, and Nigel James being the perfect fit for Marquette. In a lot of ways, I think Hudson Greer the same way with Creighton. Big-time shot maker, but some real toughness, and a guy with so many winning traits. Just a perfect fit for Greg McDermott. I know they had a big win over Butler today, but certainly excited to have him coming in the future. One of their biggest recruiting wins in Creighton history.
And on the other end, we have Aguinaldo Neto, 6'1" point guard in the senior class, going to the line. Neto averages 8.6 points per game in EYBL Scholastic play. Coming off the bench. And looking for the equalizer here on the second free throw attempt. Noah George re-entering for CIA. 1 point game, second quarter. C.J. Ingram is back in there. Good to see for Montverde. Corner 3-ball attempt off the mark. Rebound Sadler. Pushing tempo into the lane. Kicks it out. Jay on Pitt. Sadler from deep. Missed it. Ball caroms to Pitt. He's going to throw it up. Ill-advised there. Good defense by Ingram. Knocked out of bounds to Montverde. Looked like he had a layup there, Kevin.
Yeah, just sometimes you just make it. You make things too complicated for yourself, and part of that is the athleticism on the floor, right? I think it can be intimidating when you see the size, the speed coming at you, but simpler sometimes better, and especially in a game where offense has been hard to come by. Those opportunities are not ones you want to miss out on.
Steal by Sadler. Up ahead, shot is missed, and Montverde clears the rebound. Ingram on the wing, spins in, off glass and in. Great move, C.J. Ingram.
He has been a man amongst boys today, and again, this is such a physical game on both ends. You just sort of wonder if the guy that can break through is C.J. Ingram, the football star, right? The guy who's got that in his bloodlines, is as good an athlete, as physically mature as there is anyone on the floor. He seems ready for this type of game and has showed out so far.
Meanwhile, on the other end, Miles Sadler missed. He's 0 for 6 from the field. He's got to get going for CIA to have a chance in this one. As this is King Gibson. Nice pass inside. Weems missed the layup, but got his own tip in. And Montverde starting to figure some things out offensively. Takes a 3-point lead. There's Sadler. Nice drive. And scoop layup is good. Miles Sadler, 6-foot junior point guard, 4-star, ranked numbers 37 overall in the junior class. Hudson Greer left-hand drive, high off the glass is good.
It's a really good finish by Hudson Greer. Again, knowing the length around the basket, we've seen how impactful Diem has been. He already had that big poster block. Really difficult to finish over the top, but Greer able to there.
Pitt, nice spin move inside, knocked away, and it's off his own hand. Nice play by Hakeem Weems defensively for Montverde. They have been active on the defensive end. We'll take a quick timeout here from LaPorte at the LaPorte Invitational as Hudson Greer has started to get it going offensively. The smooth left-hand drive and finish. We'll be right back on League Ready.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
So how would you describe the chicken to someone who had never tasted it?
Literally melt in your mouth tender. We don't have a freezer, you know? It's almost like a farmer's market. When you walk into the restaurant, you should hear the sizzle that you're hearing right now. Just sends all those waves up to your mouth.
You're making me hungry.
We are back at the Nike EYBL Scholastic on League Ready. Battle of heavyweights in the conference. First place undefeated team CIA Bella Vista facing last year's conference and national champion Montverde Academy. Montverde leads it 18-15 midway through the second quarter. And Montverde's had a balanced attack. The two key guys have been Hudson Greer and C.J. Ingram.
Yeah, I think Greer has really sparked a run here, but it started with Ingram, keeping them in the game offensively when they were really struggling, getting on transition, using his size and physicality. This has been a dogfight, but Montverde showing there up for the challenge.
And offensively, what do you feel like CAA's got to do better to finish this game? I think we've both noticed that Montverde's length is giving them trouble, but CIA has been a great offensive team all year long.
Yeah, look, I think simplifying things, try to space the floor for Sadler and put him in ball screens, right? They have so much size, right? Like, Diem is such a lob threat. I'm looking to find the shooters that I can put around Sadler and let him go make plays because he's as dangerous as anyone on the floor.
King Gibson hits a couple of free throws to give Montverde a 5-point lead, their biggest of the day. It's been a tight contest throughout here. As Neto brings the ball back up for Bella Vista. Blocked. Great block inside there by Montverde. Now transition the other way. Weems wanted it. Ingram's got it. Now Weems, right side. Hudson Greer, top of the key. Montverde runs their set. They get the open look for Greer. And it's good. Hudson Greer continues to impress, and it's an 8-point lead.
He is a sniper. Does such a great job when you're shooting off movement, getting those hips square to the rim. He gets his shot off so quick because of that. Got the space and knocked it down. Big time shot by Hudson Greer.
And another turnover for CIA. Montverde defensively has been clamping down all afternoon. Now Greer goes one-on-one, or that's Sisley, excuse me. Spins and got fouled. Trent Sisley, Indiana native. Always fun to come home, play in your home state.
Mike Woodson and their staff came out yesterday to make sure that Trent Sisley felt the love.
Indiana commit. Will fit well with that program and their style.
He's going to be a 4-year pest in the Big Ten. Just does so many winning things.
Hakeem Weems, top of the circle, guarded by Pitt. And Montverde's going to take a timeout to discuss. We'll take a second to make an announcement. The Laporte Invitational schedule did change today. Link and IMG, a top 10 expected battle, unfortunately is postponed. That game is going to be rescheduled, hopefully at a future date to be announced. Link Academy out of Missouri could not get out to Indiana because of the bad weather and the snow in the area. And as a safety precaution, just weren't able to get up to make the game. So unfortunately, we won't see that one here at Laporte. However, the games that we do have are phenomenal, with CIA Bella Vista taking on Montverde right now. And then coming up after this, another top 25 matchup of powerhouse teams. La Lumiere from Laporte, the home squad, will host Brewster Academy out of New Hampshire. Brewster ranked number 7 by ESPN in the nation, and expect a great fan turnout, great energy in the building here for that one.
It's already great energy in the building. I mean, this is a great crowd. Obviously, people in Indiana love their high school hoops, but this has been a really fun weekend and a great slate today.
There you go. The hometown kid, Trent Sisley, buries a 3, and Montverde all of a sudden up 11, 26-15. And here's a steal by Weems. Just incredible defense by Montverde. Now they're going to get him for the foul there.
Yeah, just reached over a little bit to get that steal, but you love the aggressiveness. You love the willingness to try to turn defense into offense if you're Montverde, right? Like, basketball is a game of runs, Paul. Like, at the end of the day, when you're pushing it and you're scoring it on one end of the floor, when you can create some turnovers and start really putting on the pressure, that's when games can really swing.
Pitt gets inside, misses the shot. CIA limited to just 6 points here in the second quarter. Montverde has turned up the dial defensively as King Gibson works a little bit of clock. Gets to the right hand, all the way to the rim, missed it. Shot affected by Pitt there. Here comes Sadler. Great pass to Neto. Inside, bounces around and out of bounds, but it'll stay with Bella Vista. 21 seconds left. Shot clock is off.
It's a really important possession because if you can make a bucket here, if you're Bella Vista, get into the half down single digits, it just totally changed the momentum. It's worth way more than 2 points if you're Bella Vista, especially whether you struggled offensively in this period.
Here's Dioum for three, and he's got it. Just like you said, Kevin, major momentum play. Let's see if they can get one stop here on the Eagles. 6 seconds left. Gibson, he's going to put it up. Off the rim. Rebound Ingram, and he can't get a shot off. So that'll do it for the first half. Montverde Academy clings to an 8-point lead, but CIA is definitely not out of this one as they look to maintain their undefeated conference season at 6-0. You see that last play here as Dioum, like you said before, he can shoot it from the outside.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an early shot, but a big-time shot for Lou Dioum and a big momentum swing for Bella Vista into the break.
We'll take a break for halftime. Be back on the other side on League Ready. Welcome back to the Nike EYBL Scholastic on League Ready. Game 2 from the LaPorte Invitational has Montverde leading CIA Bella Vista 26-18. So we take a look at some of the first half stats. 23% shooting from CIA Bella Vista. That's what stood out to me, Kevin. Montverde's defense.
Yeah, they did an incredible job. That being said, if you're Brandon Rosenthal and you're Bella Vista, you shot a horrible percentage from the field, missed a couple layups, and you're right there because of your defense, because you've hung in on the glass against Montverde, which is very difficult to do. So on one hand, you're probably pleased that you're still in the game, but obviously got to find a way to manufacture some offense.
There's Brandon Rosenthal. Spent last year with the Santa Cruz Warriors in the G League. Made the transition to high school very smoothly. Had a ton of success. 6-0 in conference play. Looking for their 7th win here tonight as Miles Sadler gets into the lane, puts it up, and he's fouled. And they need Sadler. He's the guy that he's dynamic. He's a playmaker. He can shoot it. He can drive it. He can pass it. And good start for CIA.
Yeah, he's been quiet. So getting him involved early on had to be an emphasis at halftime. And he was so dynamic yesterday, has been all season long. Just so important to get him going. Obviously missed a free throw there, but any possession that ends in a Miles Sadler shot is probably a good possession for CIA Bella Vista right now.
Sadler with 19 points last night in the win over La Lumiere. Averages 15 points a game in conference play and 4 rebounds. 2 rare misses there as Montverde comes away with the defensive rebound, and they'll have their first possession of the second half. For Montverde, leading scorers, Hudson Greer, 8 points. Hakeem Weems had 5 as there's a miss from the outside. Saved by King Gibson. There's C.J. Ingram, and he's fouled by Pitt. Ingram had a nice first half with 6 points and 6 rebounds.
He's just been tougher than anyone else on the floor in a game that has been defined by its physicality. I mean, so much to like from C.J. Ingram, the Florida-bound wing. I mean, he has such a ceiling. We've seen so many guys over the years, if they specialize late, right, they're playing football, they're playing baseball, whatever they're playing. He was obviously an incredible football player. Those guys that shift their focus to basketball later in their high school careers, maybe even into college, it just feels like the ceiling is so high because just now is he getting that 12-month-a-year coaching and focus on basketball. I think his best basketball is certainly ahead of him. That's a scary sight for the rest of the country.
I mean, what an athlete, like you mentioned, star football player at Hawthorne, transfers to Montverde, didn't play football this year to concentrate on basketball, and he's the leading scorer and rebounder for the defending national champions, and a 4-star rated number 32 overall by ESPN. As another turnover there, Diem had it knocked away, and Montverde, with their biggest lead of the night, settling in for another offensive possession. Wide open 3. Missed by King Gibson, and back the other way comes Sadler. Nice through the lane and is fouled. And again, if Sadler starts penetrating and can find his shot, can find his teammates, that's the best way that Bella Vista is going to get back into this.
Yeah, he's going to have to drive it. He might take some hits. I mean, he took one there, took a shot. I think his head might have hit on the floor, which is always a scary thing. But looks like he's all right. And they just don't have a ton of other shot creation. Maybe it's Raheem Green. He's had some bright moments this season, but so much of their offense really revolves around him in the backcourt creating for others, right? There's guys like Diem and Pitt who can be play finishers, but who's the guy that can go create a shot? I think it's Sadler. And so far, seems like the emphasis at half from Coach Rosenthal has been, let's find ways to get our guy as many touches as possible.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Raheem Green tonight. He had 11 points last night in the win, as we're going to get an offensive foul on Diem. But Green only 4 minutes tonight, 0 for 1 from the field. Jayon Pitt got off to the hot start. He's got 6 points as an inside option for CIA, but Montverde has shut them down defensively. Here's Caden Allen on the drive, finds an open lane and puts it in. 10-point game. Greer guarding Sadler. Sadler into the lane, puts it up, wanted the foul, no call. Sisley up ahead of the field. Great passing, and Allen finishes again.
What a find by C.J. Ingram, and what a jolt of energy that Caden Allen has brought. Coming off the bench, obviously so highly touted, highly regarded as a scorer.
He's had some big-time scoring games this season as Pitt gets fouled on his drive. But Caden Allen, he is part of the future of this Montverde Eagles team. And you see the athleticism, great drive to the basket. 5-star guard rated number 15 overall by ESPN and Paul Biancardi. And comes off the bench for this Montverde team. Just shows how talented they are.
He is so fun to watch because when he comes in the game, he understands that his job is to go hunt shots. Like, I think sometimes it's hard for a guy, especially someone as highly regarded as he is, to understand their role on a team, right? And that's so much of what Kevin Boyle is coaching is getting guys to understand, what does my role look like? And Caden Allen understands, like, when I'm in there to go hunt shots. So, like, I don't need to go settle in. I need to go come in the game and go attack the rim. And that's what he's done.
As Greer gets inside for the layup, and all these guys at the school that they originated from were the go-to guy. And to have to adjust and be a balanced player, contribute in other ways other than scoring, it's a credit to the coaching staff, and it's a credit to the players for making that adjustment.
Yeah, and look, I think one of the things that Boyle's done this year, maybe they don't have quite the same surefire NBA talent, right? There is no Cooper Flag on this team. But what they do have is a collection of guys who make winning plays and who understand what it means to be on a high-level team. Like, Hudson Greer fits. Trent Sisley fits. C.J. Ingram comes in. Yes, he's the leading scorer and rebounder, but he's out there making gritty plays defensively.
And look at that. Caden Allen again. Nice little fadeaway. He's got 6 in the quarter, and Montverde's lead is up to 15. I don't think anybody saw this coming.
He is cooking.
Neto misses the 3. Pitt rebounds. Spins inside. Blocked! Ingram has been all over the place, so that's Weems. Looks inside. Sisley's got it. He's held and fouled. And Montverde is on an absolute run right now. CIA Bella Vista in a bit of a danger zone. They got to keep this game in a competitive place or it could get out of hand.
Yeah, it's just so hard when you're not producing much on the offensive end to hang around, because eventually the offense is coming. There's just too many weapons, right? And so far in this period, it's been all about Caden Allen and his shot making, his toughness. But, you know, just so many options if you're Montverde. That's what makes them so hard, is their depth.
Allen with the ball again. He's going to try a 3. Missed it. CIA back the other way. Nice move here. That's Green. Let's see if he can get going from the foul line. As we mentioned, he has not been a big part of this game. He's a huge part of their team. Averages over 8 points a game in conference play. You take a look at CIA Bella Vista. They're looking for their first ever Chipotle Nationals appearance. Just their second year in the Nike EYBL Scholastic Conference. And they were 1-11 last year. And a lot of these guys came back. New coach in Rosenthal. And you can just tell the way that they play. You know, heard an interview with Jason Jordan, our colleague on League Ready. Speaking to Coach Rosenthal, he was talking about just the connectivity of the team. They play together. They know and understand their roles. And now's the time to lock in to make a second half run. We'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, I just think, again, the belief you build when you start to prove to yourself that you can close these games, right? And last year, right, the record wasn't pretty, but they were competitive, right? Yeah. And that's just this league. There's so much talent. There's so many good teams at the top, so many older teams at the top. I think they took some beatings, but learned from it. And now this group, once you get in games and you go, prove to yourself that you can close, prove to yourself that in winning time you can go make shots. It totally changes your whole outlook.
Allen's pass knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Montverde. Yeah, CIA Bella Vista, number 12 in the country. Knocked off La Lumiere last night. That's a ranked win. Knocked off, at the time, number 3 Link Academy at Hoop Hall West last weekend. That's a ranked win. Also, Arizona Compass Prep. That was a top 10 preseason team. So they've proven it so far, but this is the toughest test yet of the season with Montverde. Allen drives in, pivots. Shot just rims off. And now Sadler. He gets all the way in, but it's blocked. CIA keeps it. Rokeem Green for 3, and they needed that one.
I mean, he's the guy that can step up. It's a 4-star, has those high-level offers from Syracuse, Mississippi State. He can really shoot it from 3. This is exactly what they needed, and a big shot to get it back to 10.
Ingram lost it on the way up, but recovers. Dante Allen's been quiet, the Villanova commit, as Sisley short on the jumper. Sadler, he's going to take it. Nice look, but then a bad pass stolen by Allen. He's got Weems ahead of him. He's got Allen in the corner. Allen for 3, no good. Sadler's going to take it in. Kick out. Green, can he hit another one? Yes! And it's a 7-point game here in LaPorte.
Talked earlier about knowing your role. That is Green's role. Go knock down shots, come in the game, change the game. That's exactly what he's done.
And momentum starting to shift here. We'll take a break and be right back on League Ready.
Sure, I was the first pick, the rookie to watch, and the back-to-back All-Star. But to get even better, I had to get real with myself. I got real about how I showed up. I got real about how I trained. I got real about what I ate. The results, something about this season, man, it just feels different.
Welcome back to Nike EYBL Scholastic at the LaPorte Invitational. Montverde Academy leads CIA Bella Vista 35-28. Kevin Sweeney, Paul Harvey with you. And looked like Montverde for a minute there was going to pull away, but CIA Bella Vista showing their grit, showing their toughness, made a nice little run.
Yeah, I mean, 8 straight, exactly what they needed. And it started really with Rokeem Green, his shot-making ability. They needed someone to change this game with Sadler struggling from the field, just 1 for 9. And that's exactly what Green has done. Come in, made a couple shots, and all of a sudden you can start to feel that belief. Undefeated CIA Bella Vista trying to hold on to that lossless mark.
Here's Hudson Greer. He was hot in the first half. Missed that one, but look at C.J. Ingram. He's been so active. Another offensive rebound, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's relentless on the glass.
I mean, he might have some football-style bruises after this game because he has spent a lot of this game on the ground taking a beating, but the effort never changes, and that's what you love. I mean, Florida, where he's headed, has a very similar guy in Elijah Martin this year, who's been just incredible in that role because they play fast, they play really, really hard, they're tough on the glass, and just kind of outwork people. And I think Todd Golden's going to love coaching C.J. Ingram because so many of the things that C.J. does well really fit into that Florida culture.
Ingram 7 points, 7 rebounds, also 2 steals and 2 blocks in 19 minutes. It's been Mr. Everything for Montverde as CIA now down 8. Runs their set, Sadler up top. Spins, lost it. Green's there. 13 on the shot clock. Drive by Neto, kick out 3. Off the mark and out of bounds. Ball's going to stay here.
Look at all the attention, though, that Sadler and Neto are drawing when they can get the ball into the teeth of the defense. There's so much space out there now when you have guys like Green and Good on the floor. It really makes things easier for Bella Vista.
Green misses that one, but another offensive rebound. And there's Good, Austin Good with the putback. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-point game. And a foul. Just a little bit too much pressure on the ball there by Green.
It's a little smaller lineup for Bella Vista, but I think overall what it does is it just simplifies things a little bit for Sadler and for Neto, because those guys have the space to operate. They know that if multiple hands are coming in from the perimeter to try to get steals, that there's space out there to go find a shooter. And then you have, in this case, it's Osarui down low, who has the athleticism, who's going to have to battle. Like, it's going to be hard on the glass with what Montverde does. But if he can hang in, I think this 4-shooter lineup really creates some interesting possibilities for Bella Vista here as we come down the stretch.
King Gibson makes a couple of free throws to extend the lead back to 8. Both teams in the bonus now. And there's a bad pass. Steal. And another swipe, though, as CIA. Nice job by Sadler getting back to defend Gibson's layup. Great hustle.
Great hustle by Sadler, and Gibson maybe checking up a bit, trying to get ready for that big slam. Sadler said, not so fast. I'm going to sneak in there and get a hand on the basketball.
He's just one of those pesky guards. He's everywhere. And Montverde's going to take a quick timeout here. She mentioned maybe thinking about the dunk. Sadler's like, I don't think so. Crafty defensive guard. You know, we've been talking about him tonight. Not his greatest shooting performance, just 1 of 9 from the field, but 3 assists, 2 steals, and he's the engine that really has delivered CIA Bella Vista's 6-0 start to this EYBL season.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for any more. And even defensively, like, he came into this weekend with 9 steals. Like, he does a little bit of everything. Yes, he's small. Maybe he doesn't look the part, you know, if he's standing next to a CJ Ingram or someone like that. But, man, is he just productive and tough, and has given them a chance to have this special start to the season.
Yeah, not only are they playing well in conference, but overall, CIA Bella Vista 13-1. They won the prep division of the Beach Ball Classic, famous tournament in Myrtle Beach. As we mentioned, they went 2-0 at Hoop Hall West last weekend. Been an exciting season for CIA, as unfortunately that time a turnover as Noah George slipped and threw it out of bounds.
Might be a little warmer down in Myrtle Beach or at Hoop Hall West than it is this week in LaPorte. Still just an incredible basketball venue. Privileged to see all this hoop this weekend. And man,
the cold did not keep the Hoosiers bus away, though. Did you get a chance to see the Hoosier bus?
I did. It's awesome, man.
Fantastic showmanship by the city of LaPorte, La Lumiere, hosts of this event. Great job, Pat Holmes, Brian Tonino, fantastic hosts. Put a ton of work into making this a first-class experience for the fans, the players, the teams, everybody involved. There's a missed layup there from Neto. Ball bounces out of bounds. It'll be Montverde basketball. We've got one more tonight with Pat Holmes' La Lumiere Lakers facing Brewster Academy. coming up at 7:15 Eastern right after this one. Caden Allen's been the story here in the third quarter for Montverde. 8 points. As there's another drive, a couple times Montverde's been able to get to that layup on the right side glass. This time it's King Gibson.
King Gibson has brought some really nice energy to this game for Montverde. The youngest guy that's in their main rotation, and he has just played with such a poise for his age, made some big-time plays.
Neto made a nice move but missed the layup. And Montverde with 10 seconds here, looking for another bucket, but Ingram threw that one out of bounds behind Greer. Probably should have put that one up. Final 5.7. Montverde looks to apply a little bit of front court pressure here. Neto to Green. Can he hit another one? Just short. And that'll do it. We've got a 10-point game in LaPorte at the LaPorte Invitational. Montverde 30, Montverde 40, CIA Bella Vista 30. Back after this break on League Ready. Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike. This is winning basketball. And by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle for real. Welcome back inside LaPorte Civic Auditorium for the fourth quarter of this heavyweight bout between two teams at the top of the table in the EYBL Scholastic. Right now, Montverde Academy clinging to that 10-point lead. CIA Bella Vista, Kevin, what do they need to do to get back into this one?
You know, I thought they found something with Green there in the third quarter. Made a couple big shots. I think built them some confidence. If he and Sadler can get going, they can score with anyone. But, you know, they're going to have to find ways to manufacture offense. Maybe that's generating points from their defense, getting out and running a little bit more. You know, like right there, like Dioum clears a rebound. You don't have a set defense yet. Like if I'm Bella Vista, especially with where the clock is, let's push the ball up the floor, see if we can attack against an unset defense. It's just so hard with their length.
Yeah, half-court looks have been hard to find for CIA. You mentioned the length of Montverde, the toughness and tenacity that Kevin Boyle preaches on the defensive end. That's what's been the most impressive part to me about this game is how Montverde has played at that end of the floor.
Yeah, look, I think the championship-level teams have different ways they can win. Right, and for Montverde, sometimes it's going to be we can outshoot you because we have Hudson Greer and Caden Allen. Sometimes we can outrun you with C.J. Ingram and all these athletes. And you know, sometimes we can out-tough you. Like they've taken. I think Bella Vista has been the toughest team in EYBL Scholastic so far. Yeah. So gritty, and Montverde has out-toughed them today. That's a huge statement. They've done a heck of a job here through three quarters.
C.J. Ingram's going to go to the line again. He is 2 for 4 from the stripe so far. We mentioned Montverde Academy in conference 4-1. Only loss is to Brewster Academy, who's a top 10 team. They've beaten Legacy last night here at LaPorte, Long Island Lutheran, Orangeville, and Wasatch. Also had a great run in the City of Palms, making it all the way to the championship game. Lost to Columbus, but there will be a rematch of that game on Columbus's home court Friday night, January 24th. Can't wait for that one. It's going to be on ESPN2. Three-pointer for George off, but great rebound by Pitt. Jayon Pitt gets up, gets fouled, and converts.
It's a hustle play from Jayon Pitt, who is big early in this game, has been quiet here lately. See if that maybe gets him going. Huge three-point play.
And CIA just hanging around, hanging around. If Green or somebody else can hit a couple more threes, this is a dangerous team, and this is still a good ball game. Ball pressure by George here on King Gibson. Now they send the double. Green's on him. Caden Allen, he had the hot hand in the third quarter. Gets inside. Off glass, no. But they save it. Greer lost it. Sadler ahead of the field. Throws it up. Green fouled on the alley-oop attempt. Landed hard. I think he's okay.
It was a smart play by Gibson, though. Sort of baited, I believe it was Sadler, into throwing that pass and then recovered back. Got a hand on it. I mean, defending a 3-on-1 fast break, there are no good options, right?
No.
Like you are caught between a rock and a hard place. He did a really good job of doing his best to contest, and now worst case, you're sending, Bella Vista to the free throw line for a couple shots.
And beg your pardon, that's Lucas Tucum. Misses the first. Tucum has 2 points tonight, both from the line. Trying to get this into single digits. A minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Caden Allen off the bounce. Pulls up from 18. Off the mark. And now Sadler with it. Doing what he does best, finding an opening, finding a teammate. Noah George. George on the drive. Here's Tucum again. Gets inside. And he's fouled. They're going to count it. Great move there by Lucas Tucum. Goes back to the line in an 8-point game.
It's a physical bucket. Really good drive. Attack against that closeout from Greer, and then use your superior size and strength to just take the contact, finish through it, and now get a chance for a three-point play.
And this time he converts, cuts it to 7. As you mentioned, just a physical player. Montverde wanted to travel, but that's a nice conversion. And he'll get a breather. The CIA looks to lock down defensively here. Allen to Weems. Kicks across to King Gibson. Lost it. George has got it. He's got a man ahead, but ball was slippery there for a minute. CIA retains possession.
Montverde's fortunate because they're off to the races there. Is Bella Vista if they can just come up with the basketball. Do feel like, since we talked about it, they've tried to push it a little bit more, play with a little more tempo, a little bit more urgency. It's gotten them some better looks.
Yeah.
See if they can continue it here against Montverde's defense.
It's working. George off the glass. That looked like a possible goaltend. No call. King George on the other end, swatted away. Jayon Pitt got up for that block.
Yeah, what a block by Pitt to recover. It's always tricky, especially after after one block on the other end. Those set up you to run, and Montverde trying to be aggressive. Great job by Pitt. It was a close call on that goaltend. I thought it could have went either way. Weems got way up there to block it, but it might have been on the way down.
I think it was. It was, like you said, very close, and Montverde gets the benefit there. Here's Tahani Miller. He's been quiet. Steps out of bounds. And CAA now can cut into this lead potentially again. Talking about Jayon Pitt, he's had a great game here today. Leads the scoring for CIA Bella Vista with 9 points. He's got 8 rebounds. He's got 2 blocks. Nice job by our crew as our player to watch. He's been the guy to watch.
He has been. And I just think, especially against Montverde, the experience so valuable. And Pitt is their oldest player, their most experienced guy. Just been so tough, battled and kept them in the game.
CJ Ingram, another guy that's been really tough today. Misses, but look who it is, Trent Sisley, the future Hoosier on the glass. Big rebound and putback for Montverde, leads up to 9.
You don't have to call a lot of plays for Trent Sisley. That's what I love about him so much. I mean, every setting he's in, he finds a way to produce. And it's offensive rebounds, it's putbacks, it's loose balls, it's everything you need him to do, he will do. And now, can he space the floor? Yeah. Can he run the floor? Absolutely. But he's going to get his double-doubles just by being around the basketball. And those are the types of players that obviously Kevin Boyle loves to coach, that anyone would love to coach. Certainly college coaches. I'm sure Mike Woodson salivating at the thought of having Trent Sisley on his in his front court a year from now.
And a pretty big development here. That was Hudson Greer's 5th foul. So Greer is out of the game. Scored 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Hit a couple big threes in this one. But Montverde will be without him for the rest of the way as Sadler drew the foul and got to the line. And he cuts the deficit back to 7. Full court pressure here from CIA. They trap. Allen brings it up.
Smart to start taking some risks, jumping the ball a little bit, then settle back into half court.
Allen gets all the way to the rim but missed. Here's Sadler doing what he does best, but they call an offensive foul with the clear out arm. Sadler didn't like the call, and that's a big time call. A lot of times you'll see this go on the defense. Let's see. Yep, he used it.
He's probably sitting there like, I'm the smallest guy on the floor. My one weapon I have is that little elbow, and I usually get away with it.
Yeah.
Not that time.
His bag of tricks. It's been tough in the lane for Sadler to get a good look. And we're going to take a break before the free throws. We'll be back for the final 4 minutes of Montverde CIA Bella Vista after this on League Ready.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
Welcome back to the LaPorte Invitational. Nike EYBL Scholastic basketball on League Ready. The top high school basketball teams in the country competing in conference play. A tremendous midseason event and test battle for both of these teams here in LaPorte. And so far, it's lived up to the hype. Montverde Academy up 44-37. Seen a lot of great defensive plays, seen some high-flying offensive plays. Can't wait to see what the last 4 minutes holds.
Yeah, just the athleticism on the floor has been a sight to behold. I mean, I think there's like 140 college basketball games today, and you'd be hard-pressed to find many that have the level of size, speed, bounciness between these two teams. Just so much talent on the floor. That's why we've had this defensive dogfight that we've found ourselves in here at 44-37, because trying to score, especially around the rim in this game, has been really, really difficult.
Hakeem Weems misses the first at the line, hits the second. The lead's really been stuck in that 7 to 9 range here for the last few minutes for Montverde. They can't quite pull away, and CIA can't quite cut it under 5. As Neto makes his move, gets inside off glass, and puts it in, cutting it to 6.
It's a phenomenal drive by Neto.
And that was one of the few times that CIA has been able to get all the way to the rim, and even a contested shot. Great play by Neto. Dante Allen off the mark. Trent Sisley again with the rebound. Spins inside, blocked but fouled. We've talked about it all night. Trent Sisley, 7 rebounds now. Just plays with a ton of toughness. Like you said, doesn't need plays called for him. Finds his offense in other ways. And that's just a guy you want as a teammate.
I mean, there's 2 white shirts there. Like, there's no way Trent Sisley should be able to get this rebound. And he just finds a way to the ball. Some guys just have that innate kind of nose for the basketball. And Trent Sisley is certainly one of those guys. He's been fun to watch.
Austin Good picked up the foul. And final 3 minutes here. Miles Sadler to Green. First open look he's had in a while, and he buries it. 4-point game. Buckle up.
Just like that, right? I mean, he is instant offense. Got to find a way to get him more looks here in the final 3 minutes and change.
He's been the difference in the second half. 11 points now for Green. Who will Montverde go to for a bucket now? King Gibson. 7 on the shot clock. Gibson's going to have to make a move. Pull-up jumper, missed. Ingram got a hand on it, but Sadler comes away with it on the rebound. Green's open for 3. He got it! Rokeem Green has been an assassin in the second half, and we've got a 1-point game.
And great defense leading to offense. Montverde not set. Sadler able to push it. No one picks up Green. The one guy you have to find. He knocks it down.
Drive inside, up and in. And a great answer for Montverde. A 3-point opportunity. Guess who? C.J. Ingram.
Just put your head down and go to the rim. This is not, you don't have to draw anything up here. This is just brute force and toughness. And C.J. Ingram trying to will this team to victory.
That was not a ticky-tack foul by Austin Good either. He sustained the contact, put it up off the glass with the smooth touch. Ingram has had a phenomenal game. He misses there, but great back tap, and Dante Allen's got it. Foul, ill-advised foul, and then the bonus situation, that's going to send Montverde to the line. And that hurts for CIA. You have a chance to get a defensive rebound, 1-possession game, come down the court, but you foul on a non-shooter, a non-threat, and here we are, 4 could be a 5-point lead.
Yeah, and free throw box outs are one of those things that will have a coach absolutely pulling their hair out, because that should be kind of elementary stuff and good stuff there by Good, but yeah, you give away a point there in a key moment of the game and some time, which they desperately need.
Pitt inside, spins, puts it up, looking for a foul, didn't get it. Ball caroms off his hand out of bounds. Montverde basketball.
They got the look they wanted, the more physical pit on Weems, and kind of pushed him underneath. Just left it a little short and then couldn't corral the rebound. Big stop for Montverde.
Full court pressure now from Bella Vista. Dangerous pass, and it is intercepted and a foul. So the press works. Ball goes back to CIA Bella Vista. Fourth foul on King Gibson. CIA's in the bonus as well, so they're going to get a chance to score with the clock stopped. And Jayon Pitt goes to the line. He's 1 for 3 tonight at the free throw line. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks for Pitt. Sinks the first.
Stuff in the stat sheet.
He's been fun to watch. Uncommitted. Somebody's getting a good one in Jayon Pitt. Second free throw misses, and Montverde comes away with it. Caden Allen. Pressured by Good. Allen crossover into the lane. Puts it up, missed, but got his own rebound and scores. Green for 3. Montverde gets it back. King Gibson, Caden Allen, minute left. Allen is fouled. What a massive shot there. Massive play by Caden Allen. Misses the first shot, got his own board. 10 points for the junior. The 5-star from Lilburn, Georgia. Had one of the best games of the season.
Yeah, he's been really good. And I think that's the second or third time today that he has gotten his own miss. Just such, those small, unappreciated things from a 5-star recruit like Caden Allen are what makes him so special. Obviously the scoring. He is as dynamic as they come. But he has done some really important little things that have willed Montverde to the brink of victory.
Sadler off the mark. Pitt rebounds. Neto launches off glass and in. And this one isn't over. It's a 4-point game.
That was a moon ball from Neto. Found a way.
Brandon Rosenthal is going to take a timeout here, partially to stop the clock. It doesn't stop at the high school level under a minute. Draw up the defense, try to pressure the ball. And thanks for being with us today on League Ready. Nike EYBL Scholastic. Battle of heavyweight teams. You got 6-0 CIA Bella Vista. You got 4-1 Montverde Academy. Both are ranked in the top 12 in the country. Kevin, this is not disappointed.
It's been a battle. So many runs, swings back and forth in this ball game. But much credit to Bella Vista. They took a punch, went down 15, 35-20, I believe it was at one point. And they have battled their way back into this and really made Montverde work for everything here in the final quarter and a half or so.
Montverde with the basketball, leading by 4. Both teams in the bonus here. The CJ Ingram will inbound. They put some pressure and foul Allen right away. So at this point, make it a game of free throws, try to get some misses. Don't have the old 1-and-1 anymore. I'm not sure I like that rule at all.
You have the time, if you're Bella Vista, to play it out a little bit longer than they did there. Try to get 1 or 2 traps, right? Like when they forced that turnover, it was a couple of misses. They got a couple of traps, and then the long bomb pass they were able to take away. That's what I'd be trying to do. But hey, maybe a little bit of help at the line with Allen splitting the pair.
Sadler's going to bring it up for CIA. Down 5. It's now or never on this possession. Sadler crosses over, gets into the lane, puts it up off the glass, contests it again, missed it. Rebound on the floor. Who's after it? And it's a tie-up. No, it's a travel. They're going to call a travel there on King Gibson. And the ball's going to go back to Bella Vista and another timeout.
It's a tough call on Gibson. I didn't think he possessed it until he got to the ground, but either way, I think Kevin Boyle will be happy with the effort. You know, one of the things that gets coached a million times in practice in the summer and the fall is, all right, when there's a loose ball, we are going to be the first team to the floor. When you're the first team to the floor, good things happen. And good things did not happen there for King Gibson. But if you keep doing that, the basketball gods have a tendency to reward you in time.
Yeah, Montverde's defense has been outstanding tonight. Saw in the last possession, Miles Sadler. That's what he's been doing all year, getting into the paint. One of the things that we've seen a ton tonight, when Sadler's gotten to his position, there's 4 arms outstretched, contesting, sometimes blocking that shot. It's made life really difficult for Sadler, only 1 of 12 from the field. Tremendous player, but Montverde's defense has just been better tonight.
It takes all 5 guys to deal with a guard as dynamic as Miles Sadler is. And Montverde's team defense, I think, has just been phenomenal today.
Sadler gets it on the inbounds. Pump fake for 3, double clutch, air ball, and out of bounds to Montverde. Great contest there by the Eagles. Remember to stick around. 7:15 start for La Lumiere and Brewster to finish off the proceedings here from the LaPorte Invitational. Had 3 days of tremendous basketball. Kevin, you and I have seen a ton of stars, a ton of talent, players that are going to be making an impact on the next level.
Yeah, and look no further than our final game, right? Think about Darius Adams and Jalen Harrelson, the outstanding duo for La Lumiere. So much fun to watch. Hope you'll stick with us for game 3 of the night.
Allen misses the first. Caden Allen, 13 points, 7 rebounds. Make it 14 points. A great game for him, great performance. That ball kicks out to Noah George for 3, and he hits it. 3-point game.
Worked better than he passed could have. Just a loose ball rolls to him, and all of a sudden, 1-possession game again.
No timeouts left for CIA. Dante Allen's fouled. And once again, I alluded to it earlier, but the 1-and-1, if any of those were 1-and-1s instead of 2 shots, CIA could have had an extra possession or 2.
Yeah, 100%. And you also think about the timeout that CIA took to make sure that they had the right play set up. You know, that got them the look. They got them the points to stay in the game, but at the same time, had they saved that timeout, maybe they could have used it there, save some clock.
Montverde's going to talk things over here. 4-point game at this point. If you're Kevin Boyle, you just don't want to foul.
Yeah, back off, no fouls, switch everything. And then ideally, as soon as that ball goes through the net, if it does, for Bella Vista, you can let the rest of that clock run out.
Looking ahead for these teams, we mentioned CIA Bella Vista in conference play 6-0. This would drop them to 6-1 potentially. They've still got some really difficult matchups coming up. They play IMG in their next conference game on February 14th. That'll be from the Bob McKillop Invitational at Long Island Lutheran. We'll have coverage of that one live on League Ready. They play Oak Hill in the same event on February 15th, and then they close out the year with Wasatch and Veritas. So still a lot of opportunities for them to get some signature wins. They definitely feel like they're in the mix for Chipotle. Hard to argue with that with how they've looked so far. But we'll see if Montverde can put it away. Allen with the miss. George hesitates, now shoots, misses it. Final save, and it's over. Montverde Academy with a signature win over CIA Bella Vista, handing CIA their first loss in the EYBL Scholastic. That final shot did not count, by the way. Final score 56-52. Montverde Academy takes it.
And a huge showing from this whole Montverde group, but especially CJ Ingram. He was terrific today. So aggressive. I thought set the tone in a very physical game.
And there you have it. The Nike player of the game, CJ Ingram, dominated the stat sheet. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, high flying plays. Offense was great, but I think his defense was the story of the game.
He's just he's a two-way star. Hard not to love CJ Ingram and hard not to love this Montverde team.
Thanks for tuning in tonight on League Ready. Montverde Academy with the win over CIA Bella Vista. We've got one more left on League Ready at 7:15. Come back for La Lumiere versus Brewster. Until then, that's all on League Ready.